Hey guys, today with the topic, fear of being forgotten by the ex. This is usually as an absolute basic fear the argument number one, which I get to hear against the no contact. Or rather, it's the reason why you want to stay in the orbit of an ex and always stay up to date on every step she takes. The fear is there because just by her action of breaking up you felt pushed as far away from her as you possibly can. When a normal friendship ends it can hurt, but a partner with a shared future plan who at that very moment rejects it with you and sets their eyes on their own happiness, and possibly with someone else? It's no wonder that our hurt self-worth tries to catch up with him again and you immediately want to do everything in your power to undo it. When you realize that this just doesn't work, you are alone. Alone in the dark, and the only fixed point you have through habit and attachment is your ex-partner. By the way, many exes try to prevent this by making the relationship miserable for you, and as if they would rip off a band-aid, they want to give you as much pain as possible so that you don't get the idea to want them back. So that they have their peace from your attempts and you don't see any point in making plans how to get them back. If this is not the case, or if it is not painful enough, you stand there as I said and you have fear of loss. You have not yet processed it internally or even partially realized and accepted it. It may still feel like it and you think in the relationship form of it all. My girlfriend or sweetheart said. Yeah shit, the reality is, it's your ex. Now you first have to come to terms with what the breakup even means overall. The relationship is over, nothing connects you right now, all agreements between you have been ended. Of course, I don't make it any better with these statements. But it doesn't make it worse either, because you have to go through it, and in this case a metaphor with a torn plaster is not the worst thing. It is better to realize as soon as possible what situation you are in. Only when you know where you really stand can you build on it in a meaningful way. And that is the status quo right now. Relationship over. You can't directly build on it, if at all you can start something new. If you actively stay close to her now and try to get her attention, then mostly with the thinking that you want her back quickly without even thinking about what you want to do with her, if you should get her back. Like a dog chasing a car. What does he do with it when he catches it? You overlook the fact that you had problems at the end of the relationship. It doesn't matter if the problem was you, her, or both of you. In their eyes it is usually you, and in truth it is always their attraction to you. This will not be solved overnight, and a relationship that you continue is a relationship that has the same problems as before. With the difference that you have the duty to clear them out, because after all she didn't want to be with you anymore and now you are running after her needy as you are. You want something from her, so you have to deliver. That's your thinking, you would get involved, and of course that never works, because she would need more attraction to you to get involved in the, for you, lousy deal. You are no longer a worthy negotiating partner for her. That's how it looks like at the moment. But before I now even more rumhack first to your thinking that she could forget you. What are logical reasons why you think that? You might not have spent much time with her, the attachment might not be strong enough, she might have better chances with someone new who might already be around, or your problems might have been so big that she ran away from them because she didn't feel like it anymore and sees you in a negative light. Well, where do I start? Attachment is a concept you could be right about, and no one can tell you 100% if the attachment is enough to make her miss you again. Basically, I assume that a relationship that went under 5 or 6 months does not necessarily deserve this name. That's when the minimum level of commitment begins, at which it hurts to separate. But exceptions confirm the rule. It depends more on the quality of your time spent together and key moments. And most people in their panic underestimate them, because it is the ex's opinion that is decisive here and not yours. Here a 6-month intimate weekend relationship could outdo a 1-year relationship with problems in the last 6 months, because one is evaluated purely positive and the other 50/50 with a strong tendency to the negative. Unconsciously of course, and a 6-month perfect relationship is usually not broken up either, there were doubts with your ex at the end too. In your mind it was either perfect and something very special, or you are worried that it is not enough. In the worst case even both. Do you realize where the problem lies? You can't influence it now anyway. It is in her and it is her life circumstances and problems that decide whether the attachment can be triggered strongly enough. Next topic, the problems you had in or towards the end of the relationship. Now you are in the position to work them out for yourself and to fix them. Of course, you cannot work on them directly with her and you should not show them that you are working on them. Because in their eyes you would only be doing that for them, and that is unattractive posturing. At least from your current position. It should have come before, but you didn't realize it then. But this will also help you in new relationships or to get along with you alone again, so put it on your priority list. And last but not least, they see you in a negative light right now. Either because that's why they broke up with you or because you were too much of a pain in the ass for them after the breakup. Check out my video, Time Always Works for You. Such thoughts or the strength of negative feelings recedes with time, leaving happy moments even happier in their memory. You must give them time and space to do this. If they have you in front of them all the time, they will keep their separation barriers high towards you and stay in a defensive position. They don't know what to do with you or actively want to push you into the friend zone. Where you are right now, you are a threat to their single life and feelings they may still be hiding behind their wall. If there are no more, you are just annoying and they don't want you to try your luck with them again and again. No matter how you turn it, it makes no sense to stay near them if you want them back. But now there are other fears, which you have completely unfounded and from your weak position. If I forget some of them, feel free to write them in the comments, then I'll answer them like this or make a second part in which I'll go into them in more detail. What I experience are stories like, while she has her new guy, why should she think about me? That's right, she will only think about me in case of hardship, but after that she's alone again, and if you haven't been near her she can't blame you for it, nor can she cry to you and make you a consolation or emotional punching ball. She will see that her own plan that she was so sure would work, because let's face it, women get into relationships thinking that will last, goes awry, and what will be the only conclusion after that or the next one? It's her fault. It must be up to her. And that's the truth of the matter. Can it hold? Yes, it always can, and I don't promise you that it will break. But the chance of it holding is slim because the guy doesn't listen to my posts. That sounded, never mind further. You also see yourselves at that moment in a way that seems forgettable to you. It is completely up to you whether you stay in it or do something about it. Again, you don't have to show her any of this. The effect that she could notice is bigger if she casts an eye on you again after a longer time on her own. And before you come with arguments like, but I was blocked, I don't have a common circle of friends, she has hardly any possibilities for it. Women always find a way if they are interested or curious enough. A block can be lifted with a click. A common circle of friends would have only messed up anyway and kept them in the loop without bad intentions. You don't have to jump in front of their noses. How's that going to go over with her? You're already not attractive enough for them to want to have a relationship with you, obviously, because otherwise they'd be with you. And now you're imposing or trying pick-up techniques or manipulation. This can all have its justification, but for every situation there is the right tool, and right now you only know the hammer. The fact that she is not open-minded now and that she continues to associate you negatively, you will only notice that when she doesn't contact you anymore or sticks your oh-so-cautious nature somewhere else and tells you that you should cut the crap. After the breakup you are in the best position you can be in at that moment. It doesn't get any better around her and towards her right now. This will only change when the attachment kicks in and you have no influence on that. Whether you are there or not. Whether you are in her memory or not. It is irrelevant whether she thinks of you for the first weeks and months. You have something to do, where you can improve your position, and that is on yourselves. There you can achieve something and you will be stopped from permanently thinking about them and losing yourself in eternal cycles of hope, new information, devastating new thoughts and so on. You are not worth forgetting, you have become too close for that, and just the fact that she has planned a future with you or was able to build up an attachment with you in the limerence is enough to be able to remember it again and again. It doesn't mean that she has to think about it all the time. It is like you trying to move away from her. It comes through every now and then in spurts, the attachment that makes you half despair. That in something more moderate can get her off just the same, just when she sees in you a sensible option. A man you can rely on and who will increase in value on the dating market. That is your goal. Don't constantly remind her, "Hey, I'm still here, hello, do you know who I am, don't forget me." Imagine the most annoying person you have in your circle of acquaintances and think that they will call you twice a day to tell you about the consistency of their bowel movements. That's how much her interest level will drop towards you if you keep this up long enough. Unless she sees you as a friend, but then you don't need to worry about a new relationship with her anyway. Take care and see you in the next video.